Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Hearts of Iron 4. We are once again playing Kaiserreich, and we're going to pick up the one major power which I have not played as yet, and that is the Commune of France. I've played as basically all of the others. Germany, yes. France, no. Britain, yes. Canada, yes. Russia, yes. USA, yes. Japan, yes. And these guys, probably all of them as well. Actually, I haven't played as Union in South Africa. Or Serbia, or Middle Africa, or Liberia, or okay. So but those aren't the major powers. These are the big book guys up here, and I've played as all of those. So we are going to play as the Commune of France. Let's jump in. The Third Republic ended the way it began, defeated by German arms and facing revolution at home. In 1919, a general strike was called by the CGT, causing the downfall of the bourgeois government. For 15 years, the new Commune of France has united behind a common platform of Sindo-socialist consensus, headed by the Comité de Salut Public. However, by 1936, the need to rebuild the country and defend the revolution is believed to be outdated by many critics, and there is a growing call for more radical policies. France is confident in her mission, but is unclear as to which revolutionary strand shall become dominant in the years to come. Yeah, one of these days I will need to play as Middle Africa. I really want to play as Germany in Exile, actually. That's the one I want to play as. Did I get bored of Poland? Yeah. I've decided I probably won't be playing many more of the small countries. There's just too much of a run-up to them actually doing anything interesting, which is why I'm switching back to the big guy. And this might well be the last Kaiserreich game I do before Waking the Tiger comes out, although that's not too far away, so we'll take a bit of a break. Anyway, we are going to play as a Commune. We're going to play on Veteran. I'm not changing any of the sliders because that tends to send things a bit weird. And let's do this. Also, I need tea. If you're going to be playing as France, you need to be drinking tea. And preferably not spilling it everywhere. I should also say that I've still got a really bad cold. Probably not helped by the fact I was out drinking yesterday, so excuse that. Oh, game loaded with no UI. Fantastic. Great start. Come on, France. Get it together. Alright. Gonna have to Alt F4 on there. And reload the game. So bear with me here. Bear with me. And we're back. So, thank you, Kaiserreich team. I want to know everything. Alright, first thing is first, let's take a look at their focus. So I've never played as the Commune of France. Never. I've played as the Union of Britain 5 or 6 times, but never as the Commune. So I really don't know what to expect from them, except that they go to war with Germany at some point. And that war tends to grind down into a bit of a grind fest. So, infrastructure, construction speed, I quite like that. Direction of the economy, okay. Gain infrastructure, civilian factories, infrastructure. Metal, even more infrastructure and construction. Okay, so the French like their infrastructure, apparently. They like the trains running on time. Civilian. Okay, so orthodox syndicalism. I suspect... Yeah, this depends on which government you elect. So the Travailleur is civilian factories, infrastructure. Mostly civilian. The Jacobins are civilian, although less. But they do have the construction speed bonus, which I do rate. Production efficiency and factory output. A couple more factories, research time. Okay, I quite like the sound of the Jacobins. The Sorelians get a factory output decreased by the recruitable population. That's all about the manpower. Loads of factories. And then a production cost reduction. So war economy and agriculture is basically just mass assault. It's the industry necessary for mass assault. And then finally we have the cooperatives, which is the anarchist economic policy, which I'm going to have to just boycott just on the principle of them being anarchists. Although they do get a lot of building slots, which is interesting. You don't see that very often. No factories, you just get the slots. No. I think I'm kind of leaning towards the Jacobins so far. Are there any other choices based on the election result? Road to war. That's just preparing for the fight and getting the Romandy claim. Take down Germany, Austria, Spain, and then the army. Travailler, Jacobin. Jacobin wants supply consumption. They're centralized. Land doctrine, army experience, military academy, max planning and planning speed. Ooh. Ooh, I think I know which battle plan that suits. And then, which doctrine rather. These are military. Division speed plus 10 is pretty nice. Because it just means that you can outrun people and then just overwhelm them straight away. And yeah, this playthrough is probably going to be liberating the people, because I'm still getting complaints from the Russia game where I was like, oh, you're just annexing everything, how boring, wah. I do that anyway, but okay, fine. I'll play one where I'm not just annexing everything. How's that? I've totally lost my thought. So anarchist, Sorelian is just the mass. No, I think we're going to go Jacobin. I think that Jacobin's kind of the canon, like the way that they should be going. Mission to Baratia, Socialist Muslim Committee, Working Women. Population factor is pretty good. And then Second International. South America, Third International. Oh, and this allows you to help building up other people. That's kind of cool. Develop the Ukraine. But that's German. Oh, but they have to go socialist for that one. Alright, and the other thing is I intend to play very, very interventionist, so I will be sending my troops everywhere. Alright, so I think that we need to do... Ooh, but socialist education is research time reduction. I mean, that's a bigger bonus for more of the game. Especially as it allows me to basically rush down to this, which is an extra research slot. How many do I start with? 4? Alright, 4's not terrible. I really should do direction of the economy, especially if I want to get that construction speed. But I don't know when the election is. It's early, though. It is very, very early. Yes, I fully intend to send volunteers to the CSA and the CNT. Election is 36, yeah, I thought so. Alright, we're going to go direction of the economy, we're going to blitz down these, and then I guess socialist economy. The only thing I need to keep an eye on is where we get free infrastructure. So Romandy gets 1, so that's in Switzerland right now. Normandy, Provence gets 3. Normandy gets 2. Alright, so let's get everything up to level 8. If it's not already. Quite a lot of it is already. Okay. I still think I'm going to... Actually, let's not do the border. Let's do something like that. Except for Provence, which I know gets... Was it Provence? I'm pretty sure it was Provence. Gets the 3. Provence gets 3. Okay. Yeah, basically everywhere gets level 2. Or 2 levels for free. Cool. Research is going to be the standard. I kind of hope that they mix up the research tree a little bit in Waking the Tiger. Because it's just so standardized. And 1 additional slot, which I can put anything in. You know what? I might actually go synthetic. Is there anything which gives me synthetic for free? I don't think so. No, and that's actually a really long way down. So I'm going to get synthetic. Because I want to get some oil and rubber production going early on so I can actually finance my Air Force. And possibly some tanks. Because yeah, we produce absolutely no oil, but we do have a lot of aluminium, so the French Air Force can be pretty darn good. Alright, next thing. Let's grab the army. Put you like that. Train. Some of you do start trained. Let's move you into a different unit. Any more? It's all the cavalry, because of course it is. And the motorized. And I will need to have a look at what the templates are. That's the other thing. So the division of the proletariat is going to be that, because you have cannon fodder. Then proletariat with fire support is going to be that, because you have cannon fodder, except you get thrown further because of explosions. Then Alpine cavalry and reserves, they can just stay the same, there is no difference between them. Okay, we have a fair amount of artillery. And some Alpine units, which we will need down here. Okay. Can I go super heavy tanks? This could be the game where you do lots of stuff that isn't the standard. I could. It's actually better to go super heavy tank with Germany, because France has fortifications. Germany doesn't. Germany has a few. Level 3s. I have level 4s. Like, the main thing for super heavy tanks is to get through fortifications. They have big bonuses for taking forts. Might as well make all that cavalry into motorized. Yeah, if I had motorized, which I don't. Do I even have the technology for motorized? Yes. Right. Ships. Ships. I should probably move those together. Where's the biggest fight going to be? It's going to be against Germany. Right, what's my biggest dockyard up here? Brest, of course. And let's go and make everyone based from there. Cool. Never did pick a research social thingy. Focus. It's been a while since I played this. Direction of the economy. Let's go and do that. The Commune of France, the Third Republic, ended the way it began, defeated by German arms. I've read that bit already. For the past 15 years, the self-styled Commune of France is united behind a common platform of syndicalist socialist consensus, headed by the ruling Comité de Salut Public. No, I've literally read all of that. That was in the intro bit. Cool. Communard spirit, division organization is down, infantry division attack is up, recovery rate is up. And then inefficient intelligence means encryption and decryption is down. Then probably is a way of getting rid of that, though. I did see a couple of intelligence thingies. Where was that? I'm sure I saw some intelligence thingies. Where are they? I'm not going to spend too long looking. There. That's the one. I knew I'd noticed it before. The other thing I do need to check is what kind of companies we have. So we have really good infantry companies, actually, especially that one. Soft attack, defense, and reliability. So the reliability is good because it means we need to make less of them because we'll lose less guns to attrition. And having that for small arms is actually super useful. Soft attack is more damage and defense is more, well, defense. Versus hard attack. Hard attack versus Germany could also be strong. Ooh, this is interesting. Soft attack and breakthrough. Artillery is average. Hardness, max speed. That's kind of crap. Wow! Soft attack, hard attack, 15%. Okay. French heavy tanks are obscene. Medium tanks aren't bad either. Plus 15% soft attack breakthrough. Plus 15% defense. Unfortunately, it's not armor, it's defense. But still, getting this one and sticking it on Grand Battle Plan frontline forces with my usual template of one heavy tank unit. That's going to be really strong. So, France is basically built for Grand Battle Plan. Alright, noted. Good to know. Let's make some guns. Let's make some support equipment. Let's make some motorized. And let's make some artillery. Most of this is going to be guns. Do something like that. And then, essentially, that. And that's 22, because maths. Now, we can get tier 2 battle cruisers from the start of the game. I think I would like to do that. I'll put them in the Flotte de la Commune. I'm not going to buy any resources, though. It will be very inefficient to do that. Do heavy tank modifiers affect supers? No, I don't think so. Grand Battle Plan. Even the Cindies have to admit Wrangel is right. How good is my navy? It has really advanced ships. I was going to say it has really advanced ships, and then I noticed all of the pre-Weltkrieg destroyers. So in theory, it has really modern ships. In reality, though, hang on. That feels like it's only half of my navy. Where's the 50? Oh, you're at sea. You were in the Mediterranean. Okay. No, their fleet is actually quite old. But combined together and then joined together with the Union of Britain, we should be able to take on the German navy. Should be. Especially if I manage to pump out a couple of the Tier 2 battle cruisers. Because those are 1940 ships. They're actually really strong. Assassination of President Kerensky. Uh-oh. So hopefully you're going the right direction. You're going to go and get Wrangel. Unknown focus. Ah, because of my inefficient... I can't see what they're going to do. I have to wait until they actually finish one of those and block the others off. Mosley wants to talk to Valois. Oswald Mosley at the Union of Britain has invited the leader of the Surelians, George Valois, to Birmingham to discuss the common ground between their ideologies. Valois has thanked him for the invite and set off in the name of internationalism, bringing with him as guests the Hungarian exiles Tibor Smuzueli and Matthias Rakosi, whose views are also very much in line with Mosley's and Mussolini's. Have a safe flight, comrades. I mean, they're a bit more totalitarian than I would like, but we'll be fine. The fall of the Marco Piver. Despite the successful organisation of the Syndicalist Congress in May, the Piver administration has been criticised for its lack of reaction against surveying of trade unions in Germany. Today, the opposition of the Bourse Générale du Travail agreed to vote of no confidence towards Piver, who announced that new elections would be brought forward to elect a new committee. His duties will be temporarily assumed by the Comité du Salut Public until the last results. So that's that guy going? No, that's far away. There, it's the head of government that's just fallen. Alright. Valois, is he from the old French monarchy? Could well be. I thought that name sounded familiar. George V? No, George VIII. George V has died, leaving Edward VIII. I'm mixing up numbers. On the throne of Britain. Monarchist scum. Election day. Clarifying of the communal army. Due to the presence of trade unions within the communal army. Trade unions in the army? That's military-industrial complex if I've ever heard it. It has become overly politicised, creating tensions within the guarantor of national integrity in the army of the Syndicalist Revolution. This has resulted in the incumbent chief of staff, the popular Civil War General Maurice Gamelin, having to step down. The French Syndicalist military leaders, mostly Surelians, decided to ask the soldiers who they want to lead the French army, before definitively dissolving the military trade unions. Well, we wanted to go Jacobin, right? Yes, we did. So that would be Jacques Duclos. Change the popularity of the Totalists. Wait, Jacobin are the Totalists? Oh, they are. Alright, in that case we are aligning ourselves with Mosley. I thought the Jacobins were the Travailleurs, which are the Syndicalists. Yeah, I know this is for the army, not for the economy, but usually this all factors together. Plus, I don't particularly want to have someone of a different ideology in my ministry, because they will be costing me political power rather than giving it to me. So yeah, that's changing popularity of the Totalists, and it also gives me some political power. Yeah, so we'll go with Duclos. Hopefully he's good. It's not actually someone appearing here. Never mind. Direct rule from both London and Paris. Apparently so. Election Day 2. The Renseignements Généraux. Due to its key purpose over external and internal matters, the position of the director of the Comité de Renseignements Généraux is one of the key supreme power of the Commune of France and for the destruction of political rivals. It could be a terrible weapon in the hands of one of the extremist factions, the Jacobins or the Surelians. So if I went with the Jacobin, I'd lose 100 political power. But honestly, losing political power this early on does not really matter. And again, I want to have a united cabinet. So we're going to do that. So we now have... Oh, they haven't changed... They haven't actually taken their positions yet. Is Mosley going to get in, is the question. I've seen them go with Devolution Guy a lot. Yeah, that's true. Travail Charles Rapport has resigned his post for the Delegate of Internal Security to compete for the Foreign Affairs post. Former chairman Marco Pivert, still hoping for his political future, has managed to be endorsed by the Travail wing, fighting the stern Jacobin Maurice Thorez, Sorelian General Marcel Boucault, and the Marquenot's disciple Maurice Jaillou. We're going with Thorez. Or Thoré, as it probably is. Which is a minister. It's the first time we actually have a minister showing up. So, Minister of the Interior, a Prince of Terror, political power gain, consumer goods increase, resources up, manpower down, factories up. So the local factories plus 20% means we basically get 1/5 more factories, which is pretty cool. And we get a bunch of political power and more popularity for the totalists. Totalists are now at... Alright, it's the dark red. 27%. For some reason, this hovering over the dial doesn't seem to work very well anymore. Franco-British Union. I mean, we basically have that already. Yeah, they haven't had their election yet. Snowden's still in charge. Black Monday on the 3rd of February 1936, the Berlin Stock Exchange stopped sinking. It plunged. Election day, the 4th. Economic affairs. Today, election seems to be a plebiscite about the economic policy of the last years. Many visions of the syndicalist economy, more or less concentrated on industry or agriculture, are fighting each other, all of them being crucial for the future final struggle against Germany. So yeah, the Jacobin is industrialization. Planned economy, production efficiency plus 10%, construction speed plus 5%, consumer goods factories 12%. But we do get 3 factories. Get 4 factories with the Travailleurs, which is construction speed 10%, which is higher. And there are less consumer goods required. Why is that so high? 12% is ridiculous. Sorelian, who is also a totalist. Construction speed, production efficiency plus 3%. Recruitable population factor 3%. So we would have more manpower. Oh, actually, it's this... No. The Jacobin one is better because I also have the production efficiency cap increase. They get no factories. And they have the most population. Manpower. 12% though. That's a waste of a lot of factories there. I mean, this is kind of between the Jacobins and the Sorelians. The Sorelians have the weaker overall one, though they do have more construction and they have no penalty to consumer goods. This has a plus 10% production efficiency. A bit of a construction speed. But other better bonuses. I think I'm going to go with Jean Jerome and then maybe replace him later. Emirate of Afghanistan declared war on India. Hey Fizz Biscuits, did I win? Did I win what? Still going. With the final election day, one of the leading issues of the Commune of France is raised. Diplomacy, which carries the double task of spreading the revolution throughout the world and preparing for revenge against Germany. If the very existence of the Syndicalist Internationale is not in danger yet, the future theatres of the world revolution will be defined today. So we can go with the Jacobin, which means that Italy, Mexico, Baratia, Britain, Central America, and the Soviets and CNT like us more. And everyone else hates us more. Is that not the same everywhere? No. So if we went with Travail, then no one hates us. Jacobins, lots of people hate us. We also get the minister. Well, these are the foreign ministers. They don't really matter. And that's something I'd like to see in the future, is for the foreign ministers to actually matter. We'll go with the Jacobins. I haven't killed Switzerland yet. I've only been going for 26 minutes. It's still February 36. Jacobin majority. The elections have finally put the Jacobins in power, permitting the return of Leninist values to lead the Commune in the World Revolution. The syndicalist structures are now Jacobin hands, as Aurelian partisans are chased, exiled, or gunned down. Now, the newly established Parti Communiste Français will have to choose between General Jacques Duclos and diplomat Marcel Cochin to lead France. So Cochin would be the head of government. He's a silent workhorse, which is pretty good. Daily political power gain plus 1.5, sorry. No, 0.15 numbers. And resource gain. Or Duclos, which would be backroom backstabber. Consumer goods reduced, but daily political power gain reduced as well. I really like political power gain on the head of government. So we're going to do that. We're going to lose 100 political power, but so it goes. Done. So Cochin is in power. Duclos is the foreign minister. Jerome is the economy minister. And Thorez is the consumer goods factories. I want to replace you at some point, though. Preferably sooner rather than later. You are a totalist. These are all the totalists up here. You already are better. Construction speed, consumer goods factories. Infrastructure construction also decent, especially in the early game. Construction speed and research and output. He's probably the best one. Infrastructure speed and then air superiority. I'll probably switch to levy when I get the chance. I think we need to free the Belgian peoples from German rule. I intend to free a lot of people from lots of things, including common sense. Marcel Das succeeds Fabien Frauret during the inauguration ceremony of the new Comité de Salut Public at the Bourge Général du Travail. The new chairman of the CSP has asked its BGT counterpart, Sébastien Frauret, to resign, arguing that the alliance of the anarchists is no longer corresponding to the vows of the Commune. The old man accepted with reluctance, thus consecrating the Jacobin complete takeover of the Commune. Admiral Marcel Dia was eventually elected. Alright. So we have him in charge now. And we have a 57% Jacobin lead. So I need another 3%, and then I'm at high party popularity, which would be quite nice. And that would mean even more political power. In fact, we gain a lot of political power already, even for being on veteran. That's pretty nice, actually. And also, with us doing a focus. The death of Pius XI, the Italian Federation mourns the death of Its Holiness. Downfall, instability, it's only temporary. A Jacobin Reformation. Having at long last taken over the Commune, the Jacobin-led Comité de Salut Public is now divided. Wait, what? No, it's not. Hardliners are demanding that the syndicalist structures be abolished, all replaced by the Parti Communiste Français as a Bolshevik-Leninist state. However, this is likely to viciously divide France, and as much many members of the party suggesting that Jacobins continue to operate within the established syndicalist structures of the BGT and CSP, while gradually reforming the state along true Marxist lines. So we can swipe away the old system and just have a name change, or we can reform the syndicalism from within.